Hi friends. A little late, because Momo really needed some cuddle time. As you can see, I have the caption set up, which is awesome. Let me know if they're too large or not easy to read. But I put a good outline on it. I could also make them yellow, for readability, but I thought that the way that it was looked okay. There are obviously going to be some mistakes with the captions, naturally, with the result of caption software. Like, I'm pretty sure certain weird names of, and it's going to butcher this, probably ZBrush. Oh no, I got it. Wow, cool. It might not pick up, like, the things like Z remesher or, other stuff. Yeah, made it say remesher. But it still makes the stream a lot more accessible to people. So today we're going to be retopologizing the rest of the body. I don't know how much I'm going to get done in this stream. I would like to do the entire body, like all of it. That'd be great. Only problem is the clicking is like kind of crazy with retopology. I definitely like my time allowance of getting a new mic when it comes to streaming is getting lower because of the clicky. Hello, hi Bia. But I don't know. I don't. So I'll get a new mic as soon as possible for the clicky. Cause some people are like, oh, I like the sounds of you on your tablet, but the the mouse clicking with retopology was kind of crazy. At least I thought it was crazy. So let's put that starting away screen. Get that out of here. And I'm gonna open up Maya. Actually, I'm gonna hit my recycle bin and empty it because there was 2 whole items in there and we can't have that. Has everyone had a good week so far while Maya is loading? I had a weird day yesterday because I got really sad. But then I went to Walmart and I got 3 boxes of cereal for $10 and then 3 packages of chocolate pudding for $5. And what else did I get? Oh, I got 6 packages of Kraft Dinner for $9, and it's a spicy Kraft Dinner. And for any Americans, it's just what we call mac and cheese. Oh, it's really, you're so sweet. Also, Bea, I'm glad you had a good week so far. Yay. I like streaming, it's fun. I'm glad that it can be someone's highlight. Okay, let's, Maya's open now, so I'm just gonna get the project loaded. Display capture. Cool. Oh, my dad is texting me about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Hold on. I'm gonna have to mute my phone. That's really funny that he just hits me up about the... Okay, I'm so serious. Everyone just starts hitting me up when I start streaming. My brother's like, oh, you're streaming, cool. Yes, I love the FNAF movie. It's so good. Also, this capture software knows what FNAF is. It's actually capturing what I'm saying. That's crazy. Yes, I loved the film. I was so normal about it. I remember I watched it with some... Okay, I have different friend groups, I guess. This kind of friend group are people that are also 3D artists. Some of them working in the industry. So anyway, I'm hanging out with them. And they did not grow up with my internet age, of course. They're recent friends that I just got to know in the past, like, year and a half. And I was just in my seat, like, being like, oh my god, it's the this, and it connects to this, and it's a reference to that. And then, like, my friend beside me was, like, actually scared of the movie. So she was like, what are you talking about? It was really good. And then we took photos. We wanted to, like, I really wanted to see if they had, like, a cardboard cutout, like they did with Spider-Verse at the Cineplex. But we didn't go to a Cineplex. We went to a different kind of theater. It's one that normally does, like, how do you call it? Like, IMAX. It's not an IMAX theater, but it has, like, some IMAX stuff. But yeah, they didn't have the cardboard thing, so we literally had to exit the building and go outside to one of the, like, little displays that show the film. And that display happened to be, like, in the grass. Like, you know how they have, like, a little tiny garden around the perimeter of the building? Oh, sorry, Sonny's texting me too. Dude, everyone wants me right now. I'm just gonna have to let them know that I'm streaming. Okay, cool. Yeah, my friend was, like, actually really scared. I didn't have that experience. I wasn't scared, which is, you know, I was totally fine with not being scared. I didn't want the movie to make me scared. I wanted the movie to be really campy and really fun and exactly what FNAF was, and I think they did an amazing job. Also, those animatronics were crazy. Oh, I'm sad you didn't enjoy it, but also, like, I guess if you're not a huge fan of the games, then it's harder to kind of get into, like, because sorry, I messed this up. I was there when the scripture was written. I was playing the game. I watched Markiplier play when it first came out. I was the OG. And so it was, like, so monumental. And even though I don't play the games, really, like, I stopped playing after 4. I love them. So I, like, keep up with the lore, and I'll look at, like, analyses and stuff like that. So I don't think you were here, Bia, for the past few days. So what's been happening is I have been retopologizing the high poly. So we're putting new topology. Obviously, I'm sure you're aware. There's some... I ran a mirror modifier operation. It's not a modifier. I'm gonna get rid of it. Oh no! They can be pretty scary if they really try. And they have. Thank you! There's some spots I'm not the hugest fan of. I had to use some triangles. I wasn't a fan of that. But because this is just a live tracked model, I'm not going to cry about it. It's real time anyway. I'm not bound to subdivision rules. I don't know how, like, I need to ask some of my old professors about this, like, how much you can realistically pull here. I think it's fine. Anyway. So, make that live. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue down the body. And then I will reconcile these two later. Because what's probably going to happen is I'm going to have to do another pull right around here. Yeah, it's not going to deform there. So I know, like, a few people would go pretty low poly at the end of the head, which is my intention. because I was like, well, I could have all these loops like coming around, but that's going to add a bunch of topology that could theoretically be avoided. And it's just like, why not, you know? I'm going to turn my breakcore down. I found this YouTube video that said Starry Breakcore, and I was like, sure, I'll listen to that. Let me put this one on. It's an hour. I don't want to change it. Okay, back to work. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't want that to be green, do I? There we go. I'm just gonna move my keyboard a little bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my mic a little closer to me. The keyboard back, not enough that it's going to hurt my shoulder. There we go. That should hopefully muffle it just a little bit. Oh my god, I lost it. There we go. Do you know how you have like really specific muscle memory and then you don't actually know which key you're pressing? Like when I'm extruding, I'm actually pressing tab. I didn't know that. I just knew it off keyboard like memory. So when I had to reconfigure my things and then be like, oh, what was I doing? I forgot how to extrude. I was like, what button do I press? Like, as if I haven't spent like 25 hours doing retopology over my time. Probably more, maybe 30. Yeah, it's like I just have this by muscle memory. If you actually like make me think about it, I don't know. I'm just kind of going in and defining all the loops I want. The same thing I did when I started the head. I would just kind of like move around the model and just throw a bunch of loops down. It doesn't mean that this is going to be my final edge count for the loop, but it's just something to get my stuff in order. Oh, cool. Have fun. Bye, Bia. Have a good one. Thank you for coming for the short time. Yeah, I'll be streaming again Tuesday as far as plans are concerned, but my stream schedule might have a change according to like what happens with whenever I can nab a job. Also, hi Coco. Should be doing this. Oh, today, I'm going to try to record the audio for that video that I was working on. I added this like little disclaimer, and then I'm gonna run through it one more time. I don't think it needs much more edits. Mess that up. So this isn't always normal practice, I don't think. At least I wasn't taught this way. But I like to define the deltoid on my retopology. It's going to be covered by a shirt anyway, but it's just something that I've been doing. I guess we'll get to take my topology to the test now, because like I've sort of rigged other characters that I've made for like posing purposes, but I just use MixML. So that just auto rigs everything for me and gives me some like kind of shitty bones that I can just use to pose things for rendering purposes. But I've never actually like rigged my topology like myself. So I am pretty excited to kind of see how my topology holds up. I'm wondering if I should just rig it right after doing retopology. Also, I know my computer was like really loud last time, I'm sorry. I would love to get a new rig. Cannot get one. It's gonna cost like $1,000, which is fine. I would need a new motherboard and everything, but it's just not a cost that I can do right now. Hi. Oh jeez, had time for me to do that. Hi. Okay, got all ugly. Why? Sorry, I meant that at the Mesh, not your comment. I'm doing well. How are you, Oreo? Yay, good. Three, four, five. Huh, really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay. Should probably leave that alone for now. Let's work on some other loopies. So the feet are kind of complicated to retopologize. I was gonna say maybe they're not that complicated compared to what else I've been doing, but I must reiterate that, I mean, I was taught by one of my professors that works as a character modeler in animation, so his topology is going to be slightly different compared to, like, if you were doing game stuff, because they can't use any triangles. In animation, they subdivide everything. But I remember feet were definitely like, in his method, they were definitely a little bit more difficult because there was more loops happening that needed to very carefully converge. So like you have like this loop around the horizontal perimeter of the foot, and you get this loop of the leg, and then the direction like changes a bit. So you'll have these polygons going front, and you'll have these ones going down, same direction. Yeah, I added closed captions. It was pretty easy to set up. I remember there was that one experimental kind of VTuber person that Julie told me about, I think on my first or second stream. And he had, actually I don't know their pronouns, they had closed captions. And they were just like, yeah, it's like super easy. And then I remember I was going through my Twitter bookmarks, and I found someone talking about the same plugin, and I was like, okay, I'll get it. So I set it up. Didn't take too long. Oh, okay, cool. He does go by he, him, thank you. Yeah, you put like a crazy amount of work into his stream stuff. It's like actually insane. Oh, okay, cool. I'm glad that it's making a difference. Oh yeah. I forgot. Yeah, I did talk about getting one of those things that would show my keyboard shortcuts on the screen, and I just forgot. I might end up taking chat off screen as the streams go by, only because, one, the UI of the programs are important, so I really don't want to cover them up too much. It's kind of why I made my chat box a little small. And the other thing is, I don't know, I forgot. But yeah, if the keyboard thing ends up being a little large on my screen, I'll probably sacrifice chat for it. It would make me realize that it's true, and it would make everyone realize it, because I would be like, what button do I press? And everyone would be like, tab, you freaking fool. I'd be like, thanks, guys. Okay, so this is one of the areas where the foot gets kind of weird, because you're going to have a big star right here, because you have different directions of topology going around. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, so I would really like some examples. That'd be cool. Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about, Julie, with the frame setups. You're mentioning like how people let me draw it. Wait, I shouldn't do it that way. I should do it this way. Like when people have like their stream like over here. I thought about that. The only problem was I was afraid of the stream being too small and then the UI being unreadable. But we can do some tests. Like I can definitely set up one of those to try it out and then see what everyone thinks about it. Yes, yeah, I was thinking that. Like when my model is done and I start using her, yeah, it's gonna obstruct the UI. This is, yeah, something that works for now, but I think at some point I'm gonna have to switch. These polygons are doing a lot of work. I don't think I'm going to be adding too much more topology unless I need it in the legs. Because this isn't going to be seen anyway. Like this foot is not going to be visible at all because the sock and the shoe and whatnot. So there's little point. So I'll keep it pretty low. I remember this part confused a few of my classmates quite a bit when we were learning this, but after you make the kind of perimeter around the bottom of the foot, you're gonna basically copy the topology and bring it in as it starts curving underneath the foot to get the foot base. I think you only have to do this about once, so you'll have one more extra loop. And then here's where we start kind of letting loops die, and they need to be equal. So I'm going to be doing some kind of math in my head. So 1, 2, 3 here. These two match up. This one matches up. So I'm going to bring and connect these loops. Kind of bridge them. It's fine if they don't match up, you just have to change your topology. And this is just gonna happen. Like I might have to change something. But so far it's looking good. So they continue. One more. And okay. So there's less topology at the back of the foot than there is at the front of the foot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 polygons here, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. This spot needs some more volume anyway, so I'll add a loop. I could also get rid of a loop at the front of the foot, but I think I would be hurting the silhouette to a bad degree. Even if it's not going to be visible, it should still be similar. Okay, so now I can add 2 loops in here because I can make a quad there, and a quad here. And then the same goes for this side because they're equal. And then that finishes the bottom of the foot. It terminates all of the polygons in a nice and kind of flat way. And the important part is that you don't want looping here. So I'll show it once I start connecting these vertices, but it's very important that, like, you see how when I go to delete these edge loops, they highlight and I can see? it's important that they're like continuous, because if they start like spiraling, like maybe something like that, like that's kind of a spiral if it continues. You can't have that. Cool, Maya. I love Maya. Maya is my enemy. Maya is my BFF. This program sucks. It's also the best. I hope that you're enjoying learning Maya. If you have any questions, hit me out. I hate this program. I love it. I will use it over Blender any day, unfortunately. How are you doing? Right now we're just working on the retopology. Maya's retopology tools are pretty good, I'd say. And then see how like I'm kind of paying special attention to make sure that this whole edge here is connecting with this edge properly. So now when I actually, I need to make one more loop. Shit. Oh no. Yeah. Okay, the thing with like learning Maya is that I don't actually know, because you know, some people, I don't want to say some people learn Maya the wrong way, but there's like really, really stupid tricks with Maya that people have to know to make the program like work. So I'm assuming you're deleting history like a lot, right? Because I know that was, if I like start doing my UVs and I don't stay on top of my history will just eat my Maya scene and it will just make it crash. And that it crashed not too often, but enough that I was pretty mad in school. And I literally remember, okay, cool. Yeah, I literally remember being in class and, you know, we would just kind of work on our own stuff, or we would do labs and stuff and follow along. And all of a sudden you would just hear someone say, fuck. And my professor would be like, oh, the crash got ya, huh? And then followed by that, every single person in the class would just like be furiously hitting Control S. All of us, all at once. It was the only time we ever all saved in unison, was as soon as we heard someone say that. It was so funny. Yeah, it's really good. I don't know how much more stable Max is compared to Maya. I unfortunately never got to... Okay, I could have learned Max, but I went to a concert that day instead. But it was just like a one-off class because my professor was super into Max. He's like a Max supremacist. He's like, this is the best modeling program. And so he did a small class on Max while I was gone. Hi, Coco. Oh, okay, you're doing After Effects. We did, I don't think we did After Effects. We just did Nuke and DaVinci Resolve for our demo reels. And I am so happy we did DaVinci. I love that program. I use it for all my video editing now. Okay, so here's what I mean by like the loop. Now that it's done. It's like a full loop around. Just making sure that they're the same. Actually, Glitch, how are you liking Maya so far? Like, what's been your experience with other 3D programs? I always like knowing what side of the debate people stand on, because I have a few friends who are like Blender for life, and then I have a few friends who, you know, were taught Maya and like Maya even though it's a dumb program. So I like knowing where people stand on the debate. And then there's also the Max people. This is not as frequent, but they exist, like my professor. Cool. Maya was the second program I ever used. I tried Blender first because the Blender bros got to me on YouTube. I had a really hard time with Blender. Maya was tough, but I had a professor who was very good at it. And we spent a lot of our time in Maya. So everything became very natural to me. And I grow to like Maya more than Blender. But it really depends on just kind of what you had first. Or what you spend the most time in. Because I think some of my friends like were Maya first and then Blender. And then they just ended up spending more time in Blender. And then becoming more acquainted with that. But the problem with either 3D software when you start switching is you go from being a very proficient and confident 3D modeler, and then you switch to another program and you're like, do I actually know what I'm doing? Like, do I just suck? Because some of the tool names are different, the locations are completely different, so it's like I can't work because I don't know how this program works. But like, if you put me in like a different drawing program, I'm gonna figure out where the pen tool is. Like, and I'm gonna be able to make something, but if I have to use a different modeling program, it's just, yeah, it's like relearning how to breathe sometimes. It's very frustrating. Okay, so this is another part. I'm gonna try to kill these. It's a lot of vertices to get rid of. But I'll try making one big pole. Oh, you know what? I never set up my PRF. Hold on. Or I never opened it. Let's get it. Because then I can show my pole example like I did last time. Just to kind of let everyone know what I'm talking about when I say poles. So poles are these little guys. When you terminate topology in order to lessen the amount. So like, in this one you're going from 5 polygons to 3. And you're using this little pole to get rid of them. I'm definitely gonna have to go a few times around. Which is fine. I don't remember this being unusual. Or was it? Let's see. Let me count. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I was gonna say, I shouldn't have to do that many. And I don't. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Oh, someone left a comment this morning. I didn't get to respond to it. I woke up really late because I stayed up really late. But they were being like, yeah, I watch your VODs while I draw. And I was like, really? Blech. That was my water splashing back in my face. Sorry, if you hear my audio go dark, it's because I'm mega clearing my mouth. Okay, foot is done. It is subject to change, as all of my topology is right now, as the different parts kind of start coming together. So I'm working quite separate right now, which is fine. But that's a good base. I'll return to the titty area. Finish this loop. It's a bit heavy. Yeah, I think that's better. This spot is always a bit of a doozy. Don't know why. So we'll do 4 horizontal, and then I will start going this way. I think that's enough space. That star is stupid. It's better. I'd say this is probably the last ring around the breast. Hello, welcome. be fine? Question mark. Yeah, I really don't need that much topology here. It's gonna get covered. If she was like wearing a bralette, then that's a different story. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Okay, I have to tell more people about this. I rediscovered this Vocaloid song that I just completely forgot about as a kid. I never knew what the name of the song was, but I knew the melody, like, very well, obviously. I listened to it all the time. I remember, like, really liking it, but I never knew the name of it. I don't know, maybe it was because, like, the way that I was listening to it, like the video, maybe it was in Japanese, so I only knew the Japanese title. But anyway, so I discovered this person's channel called Heart Mush. I didn't know about them before. They're pretty popular. They do a bunch of speed paints on YouTube, and they'll get sponsored by a lot of tablet companies, and so I saw one of their reviews. It's not really much of a review, it's more so just a speed paint, and then the review is in the description. But anyway, like, I looked at their channel, and then I, like, clicked on one of their videos, and that song came on, and I was like, I know this song, but I don't recognize the title, but, like, I swear, like, I've heard this song before. I used to play it all the time. And so I looked it up, and, like, sure enough, like, that's the song, but it's just, like, it's just weird that, like, I never knew it under that name. And it's also just weird that the song just disappeared from me for, like, years. Like, I'm talking, like, I don't know, 6, 7 years, maybe, like, it's just funny. Anyway, it's also funny that I found Heart Mush on YouTube because one of their drawings came up on my Twitter feed, and I was like, oh, this rocks. And so I, like, saved it. And then so when I found their YouTube and I went to look at their socials, I, like, looked on their Twitter, and I was like, wait a second. I literally saw this yesterday. Yes, I did. I sculpted it in ZBrush. The high poly was... when was I making that? I think day 3 and 4 were spent making the high poly. Technically, I could keep going on the high poly, but I straight up like didn't feel like it. I was like, I just want to start retopology. Yeah, it's like, and like, how are you supposed to? I mean, I guess there's those like apps that are like, we'll help you find the song, just like hum it or something. But like, what if I only know a specific section? Yeah. There was one song that Heartmush had, it was a remix, and there was something that the remix was using as a sample, and I knew the sample, but for the life of me, I couldn't remember what it was. And so I just kept trying to rack my brain and being like, where is this sample from? And like, the video did, like, the original like song doesn't mention it, and like the comments, like there's barely any comments on the video of the song, so like they are not telling me, and it's like, I know it from somewhere, and I'm like so upset because I'm like, I know this sample and I don't remember. And I want to find the song because I clearly, like, I mean, if I was regularly listening to the song or listened to it like somewhat recently in the past year, I would remember what the sample was, but I obviously like lost the sample to time, and now I don't remember what it was. And I'm like, crap. My thing with speed paints is that I'm afraid of like what music I can and cannot use, so I guess like, I don't know if Heartmush has their videos monetized, but I would be afraid of like, I don't know, like I guess I just don't want to assume that I can use a vocally producer's music just because they don't speak my language. I don't think that's what they're doing, but if I were to like add vocalized music to like my speed paints to avoid like copyright, that's what I would be afraid of. I would be like, well, I don't want to, I would feel bad. Because I don't actually know how all that works, really. I know you can copyright them. Like, you know, Wowaka published their music. I remember I bought their album a while ago. RIP. Absolute legend of a producer. But I guess it depends. This section around the crotch always trips me up. Who is DMing me? Okay, cool. I got sent a cool video about learning about Gamergate. I wanted that extra polygon there. I'll leave that. I'll come back to it. It is, yep. My first time making a VTuber. I've made characters before, so this isn't, like, it's not like I'm learning how to make characters in general. This was my first time making a model specifically for live tracking purposes. So the new part of the process is just going to be setting it up with the live tracking software. I've already rigged a character before. I've already, you know, done everything. But this is my first time making one specifically for this purpose. I was worried that there would be too much topology at her butt, but it seemed to be fine. I don't like how pressured that star is, though. I'm the biggest fan of how high poly it is right now, though, in this area. Did I decide what program I'll track with? I haven't, mostly because I haven't looked into it. There was this cool video that I saw pop up. It was called, let me grab it. Let's see. Where is it? There. The Art of Making VTuber Models for Dummies. And they mention one of the tracking softwares. I know that I'm going to be using Unity. As far as I'm aware, Unity has the plugin for that tracking stuff. If Unreal has it, that'd be cool too. I know Unreal better than Unity. Also, the best part about Side Order was when Marina showed her laptop and like the game engine she was making Side Order in or whatever, like the members, and I was like, it's Unity. I'm like definitely pushing my luck with this topology. I'm kind of curious to see how it works though, so I don't mind pressing on. My first model, I don't mind if it has issues. I can always correct them with blend shapes and whatnot, as you know you usually do in productions, but I'm just really curious on how this will rig, so I'm being pretty ballsy. Don't worry, hands. I'll deal with you soon. Hands are... They'll take forever. I'm definitely going to attempt them today. I'm probably going to finish them. I just want to get all the primary information in. And then we can always fill out the rest of the loops next stream. so I do have too much topology. This is fine. Rigging is difficult. Yeah, rigging is so technical, which is funny I say because of how technical 3D already is, but rigging is just even more technical. I was really lucky that I was taught it in school. It's one of the big reasons why I ended up going with the program that I chose over another one. There were numerous reasons, but I remember someone like telling me like this is, you know, very big that they're teaching rigging. And it was also their first time teaching rigging because they didn't have a rigging teacher before. And I love my rigging teacher to death. He was really amazing. But yeah, so I taught it, I was taught it in school and it helped so much, but everyone hated rigging. Like, no one liked doing it. It was probably me and, like, maybe a handful of other people that actually enjoyed it. Which sucked because the teacher was so sweet. But I understand why people don't like it. I think a lot of it comes down to how you're taught as well. I know it didn't help that we had really long classes with rigging, and there was a lot of homework. Mostly because if you didn't explicitly follow along during the lab, you had that as homework, you had to finish it. But I think people just got so overwhelmed that they just kind of gave up in the middle of class, and they were like, well, I'll just do it later. But then that's just going to like snowball into just a complete mess. So I always made sure that I was like, hey, professor, give me 2 seconds. Like I think we need just a little bit more time to like follow your instruction. And he was always like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so that's usually how I didn't have a problem with rigging, is because I just kind of made my voice known and was like, listen, I need 1 minute to do everything you just told me to do. And he's like, sure. Okay, that's better. That's looking better. It's always hard in that section. Ticketmaster. Oh yeah, I have a concert like next weekend. I'm super excited. I'm so hyped. I'm going to see Otoboki Beaver in Toronto. They're a kind of punk rock Japanese band. They were touring. They've been touring quite a bit. They tour a lot, which is great for me. But I really wanted to go to one of their concerts. They were in Toronto, I think September of 2022. And I really wanted to go, but I was too afraid to go by myself. And my brother was like, "Oh, I'll go with you." And then so I was like, "Yay!" And so I went to go buy the tickets, and then they were sold out. So this time I got the email right away, and I instantly was like, "Hey, bro, go to Otoboki Beaver with me." And he's like, "Okay." So I'm really excited. I'm trying to see a lot more like events now. Like last year I saw a bunch of movies. I wish I saw Oppenheimer, but I didn't get to see that one. I wanted to, but I saw like Barbie in theaters with my friends. I saw FNAF, as we discussed earlier in the stream. I saw that in the theaters. I saw Spider-Verse with my brother. He took me as a surprise present. I saw TMNT with my brother. That was awesome. I wanted to see Saw, and then I just didn't get a chance. And did I go to any concerts last year? I don't think I did. I saw Machine Girl in 2022. But yeah, and then I have Otoboki Beaver this year, and then and Miku is doing her expo, so I'm seeing that in this May. I'm really excited. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this area alone. That area I'm going to leave alone. It's kind of self-explanatory. I have most of the primary information in. It's just going to be, like, I'm going to be spending, like, 40 minutes maybe on, like, cleanup to, like, make sure all the edges work out properly. So, and this is also kind of a straight shot except for the elbow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, it's 1:30-ish. Just pretend like it's 1:30. I'm probably going to take 15 minutes. Then we're going to come back and do the entire retopology of the hand. There is so much with the hand. Like, I'm not kidding. It's a lot of work. It's because it's so mobile and there's so many little tricks. The way that I retopologize hands is I follow the method that my professor taught me. I haven't really found another method in depth for retopologizing the hand. So I'll be going with that. I kind of modify it a little bit to allow for some more topology, because he would teach it quite low poly because, of course, he works in animation and they just subdivide everything. But this is going to be a real-time model. I can't subdivide it. So I'm going to add a little bit more loops for volume's sake. And so I'll come back and we'll do that. I like the Windows 98 theme. It brings back my good memories. Thank you. I don't remember if I was around for 98. I think maybe our computer had 98 for a little bit. I remember 07 a lot. 07 was when I was using the computer a lot because my mom had a small little laptop and I would edit my LPS videos on it. I remember that one. This is kind of how the retopology is looking right now. Face is pretty high poly, as usual, but it's going to get rigged in live tracks, so I need this topology. Okay, So I'm gonna hit save one more time. Let's kill my display capture. Not myself, what the hell? What the fuck? And then I'm going to put up my BRB screen and edit the text. It's 1:25, so we'll give it 15 minutes, so 1:40. Yeah, 1:40. My math is correct. Yeah. My screen capture. Yes. I will be making a mouth bag. So what Only Music is saying, for anyone who doesn't know what a retopology inside the mouth means, it means that you're creating topology inside the mouth, so that when the model opens its mouth, it has something in there. Otherwise, it will just be a void. So I'll create a little mouth bag. It's going to be my first time making one, like, actually for rigging purposes. So I'm going to leave that kind of till the end, so I can do a little bit of research. It'll be a little bit of a learning stream when I get to that point. So I'll probably download a free free use tooth scan or something, like stylized one, and shove that in her mouth. But I'll make the mouth bag. I've made a mouth bag before, because my professor taught it, and I'm glad he did. Even though we didn't end up bringing the character, I'm glad he taught us how to do a mouth bag. So, but yeah, we'll come back at 1:40. I'm gonna give myself the 2 minutes that I lost. 1:42. Okay, doke. I will be back in 15 minutes. Have a good breaky. Everyone walk around a little bit. It's probably good for you. Use the bathroom also, because that's what I gotta do. Yo, I have returned. I had some pudding. It was tasty. I wish I didn't run out of goldfish. I eat that stuff like it's no tomorrow. Hello. I love goldfish so much. Let's, yeah, I got that on a sale. When I was in California, they sold a snack pack, like, pudding for, like, they had, like, this huge container. Like, they just, like, made the container, like, way longer. Like, taller. It was, like, 60% more. It was crazy. Okay, let's get back to work. I'm gonna swap my music out. I don't know what. Oh, okay. It put on this liminal Nintendo music playlist. I was wondering why I heard Mother 3 in there. Let's put this on. I also need to set up music. I need to make like a... Hold on, before we like... Who wants to check out my Notion? These are my video ideas. Let's go back to my YouTube dashboard. Wait, this is my dashboard. Haha. Wait, or is it? No, it is. I want to... One sec. I want to copy a checklist that I created. Duplicate, please. Without content or with? Without. This is taking a second. It's a pretty... Okay, cool. I'll go here. Okay, let's bring this back. So I have like a little database to-do list. I'm gonna just throw some things on here. So one, research better mics. I'm just doing this really quick. If I don't do it now, I'm never gonna do it. So it's very important that we're doing this on stream. Also, yes, I love Notion. It's so cool. Research better on mics. Get keyboard overlay on stream. It's one thing. What was that other thing I was just talking about? It's the whole reason why I opened Notion. Oh, music. Create music playlist that won't get me in trouble for streaming. I should also probably like curate a list of music that I can use on Speed Paints. So music database for videos. What makes you say gender envy? Is it because you don't like Notion? What else is on my list? Oh, I really need a either a desk mat or like a mouse pad. I had a mouse pad, but it got kind of gross. Let's see. I think that's enough for now. Wait, no, it's not. Into windowed stream setups. Okay. That's enough. We'll move that away now. I just had to do that, or else I'd never do it. Oh, okay, you wish you were gender notioned girly. It's hard to learn. There's like so many options that don't really make sense, and I didn't get it at first. It took quite a few months of bashing my head against a wall. Some people will like make templates. Ooh, yes, send them over, please, for copyright-free music sources. I don't want to continue using my favorite man's Kevin MacLeod music. That's what all the LPS tubers would use. We would just all use his music, every single one of us. Okay, let's do the hand. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna make it a separate mesh. So we'll start a new quadra. Hopefully. Okay, cool. I did. Yeah, Kevin MacLeod is awesome. Alright, so hand retopology. I just realized that middle finger should be facing this way, so that's cool. Don't know how I didn't notice that. Really quick, let's open ZBrush and fix that, and then re-export. I'm just gonna do this with my mouse really quick. Let's go do this, mask it out. So I don't like the way that the middle finger is facing. It feels a little bit like it should be moved just slightly to the left. I could just ignore it, but since it's an easy fix, I'm gonna do it. So let's invert the mask, soften the mask. Actually, don't soften the mask. Oh jeez, I'm not used to navigating this on mouse. Welcome back. Okay, just move it slightly over. Very light smoothing. Okay. So let's bring that back up to full subdivision. And make it all one polygroup. And then re-export. Let me make a second version just in case. Fixed middle finger. R&B? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I want something low-key. Nothing too crazy. That's better. Yeah, that makes a big difference, I think. All right, let's make that live. And then now we can properly quadra. All right, so the way that I approach hands, I was taught, this is the method that I still use. I start at the fingertips and work my way out. So I believe we made something like this. That. Real quick, I think I'm gonna grab, I have a few Pinterest references for hand retopology. They're not the greatest. They're certainly not tutorials by any means. But they're nice to just kind of see what everyone else is doing. So I'm going to add them to my PRF. So here's one that I found. Funnily enough, a lot of the work on Pinterest for like topology is like animation topology. Here's another one. There's another one. This one I really like the shapes on. I'll investigate them soon once I put them all in my file. This one's really low. All right, let's investigate these. I love the shapes on this one. I like how it shows the two kind of meaty parts of the hand properly, anatomically correct in the topology. I don't know how necessary that is. I don't know how well it's actually going to deform. Same principles here. This one doesn't have that. This one looks a lot more like real time. It's not being subdivided. This one is definitely... It's not subdivided, actually. This one is very low poly. I like how they color-coded all of it, though. You can see it's pretty low at the fingertips. Very blocky. This one, I don't like this. This is messy. It's not going to deform well. Even if they're quads, I don't think it will anyway. Yeah. This one is cleaner. It's a little tight here and there. It really depends on the project. Everyone is different. My hand topology tends to... I don't really define the knuckles like that. Like what they're doing here. I do like it though. I think I might... I don't know. You know what? We'll do it the way that I was taught. Nothing wrong with that. And I can always edit the topology later. Because there's certain reasons why I was taught the way I was. And I'm gonna trust my professor over random Pinterest pins on the internet. Mostly because he's a job. So he does this stuff like every day. So we'll just go with his method. And then I can just modify that to what I need. Because like all of those ones that I just showed, they might be for personal projects, they might be for like video games, where it's all being rendered in real time. You never really know. But my professor does animation, so different pipeline, different topology. Okay, let's get these guys in. So the big idea with the hands is that you need one singular loop starting from around here through the middle of the thumb all the way down in here and then through all the fingers. Oh fuck, that didn't get masked properly. It's fine. All the way through the fingers. So I think it'll be this edge right here. Or is it? I have to reteach myself every single time I do it. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's this loop right here that I want connecting. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops around. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I did 1, 2, 1, 2. It's pretty low right now. I want this one and because 1, 2, 2 right in the middle of the 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay. I want these two to connect. So extrude. In here. It's super low poly, so it's gonna like be pretty annoying for now. So you can see how these are connected. And I want to make sure it's consistent everywhere. I want the whole loop. It'll look really, really satisfying when it's done. So my middle 2, 2, 2. One, 2. Oy. Two. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I just have to do like kind of the finger caps. So just connect these for ease. Do another ring around. And then from what I remember, there's no like funny business. So it should get maybe. Okay, there we go. I was remembering incorrectly. Okay, this is what we need. How that whole loop goes over the top. Yeah, and then this can terminate there. That will terminate there. I'll add more edge loops, of course, to make the topology less blocky. But in this kind of very blocky state, it'll look something like that. Okay, now I can do that for the rest. I'm just gonna get rid of these. Oh, I'm done. Would you give it up? What did I do? I did something wrong. Pain in my butt. Oh. You see how the lack of topology is really making it hard to get that shape. You can spend quite a bit of time on the low poly to get it to a really nice shape. It's just, there's so much setup with the loops and whatnot that can be a little difficult. So you spend quite a bit of time cleaning up at the end. Man, I really want a Greek salad right now. I don't have any iceberg lettuce. Hold on. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Check this out. Bam. That's what we want. pretty much done. All that setup. Alright, so now we have one continuous loop from the middle of all the fingers. The next thing to set up is some terminations. So I'll extend everything one more down. Like this. That should be moved over. Then I can do this, that inner piece, bring it down. Same thing on the other side. That. I'm actually gonna get rid of that for a second. And then let's take a look at these references one more time. I think I like this guy the best. So he actually doesn't have a loop in here. I would be terminating that loop. See how I have one loop pressing down? They don't have that one. I have mine. I'm not going to get rid of it. Okay, I see. I see. Let's see if we can add that knuckle in. I think I tried once and it didn't go so well, so let's give it another try. So if I were to add the knuckle, it would be here. So I'm gonna just block it out. Why is Sonic Mania back? There we go. Block it. Stop. So I want the knuckles in this space. So it looks like I do something like this. Hold on. 2, and then it loops back in, and then it does that. Okay. I see, I see. So it's more topology, but you're insinuating where the knuckle is, and I think I like that. Hopefully it doesn't blow up in my face later. So this is kind of what the knuckle would be. This is what the knuckle is now. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I could never figure it out last time. I'm glad I did this time though. Because sometimes it just like, you're just like, how does a topology work like this? And then all of a sudden it just kind of clicks. It's very interesting. Okie dokie. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I have to terminate this piece. I can't have it. It can't just come through the hand. It's just going to be too high poly. So I think I'll keep the edge loop going and terminate it at about the same time where the knuckles terminate. Or maybe the next line after. No, let's terminate it sooner. I think. Like this. See, this is actually fine because it looks like a triangle, but it's actually a quad. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots on it. Okay, that looks nice, I think. And then we can resume a clean loop horizontally this way. And let's connect these. Coolio. I'm gonna have to do the same thing to terminate it on this side. I think I can just terminate it here. And then resume the loop. That was definitely one of the hardest parts of the hand. So once you're done with this, it's not too bad from here. This area can be a little bit difficult with the pads of the thumb. And then the other hardest part is reconciling the two amounts of topology when you connect the hand to the rest of the body. I mentioned earlier that you don't want spirals in your topology. The unfortunate part about hands is that you're just going to get spirals no matter what you do. So if anyone's ever retopologizing hands and like, oh my god, I have a shit ton of spirals, it's fine. Just make sure that you, like, this is the most important loop, like, by far. Just make sure you have that. It's very difficult to get, like, the best hand topology ever. There's always going to be some weird thing. And it's normal. So usually I would make some kind of indication. I would adjust my topology and have it kind of wrap around. Don't know if I'm going to do that this time. Let's give it maybe a try. Normally I like outlining the thumb pad. I think this is a very important part. And then it's really important that it kind of loops. And that's going to connect to the rest of the arm later. And I think I'll do one here. Let's give it a try. Worst case scenario, I can get rid of it. Do one more loop around so that that can terminate nicely. I'll get a star there. I get a star. Still kind of low poly, it's fine. I'll add more later. If you start too high, then you're just gonna drive yourself insane. Good connection here and here. So far looking good. I tend to run into problems here, so we'll see. Oh, I can do maybe this. Bit of a problem area here. I don't know how that works. Sometimes I just like delete it and then redo it and then it just works out. I could not tell you if I actually planned that out. I was just playing around. Cool. That went pretty painlessly, I'm not gonna lie. Normally I have to fudge at this area quite a bit. I expect I might have to edit some more things. I don't know if I like this termination at all. It was pretty smooth, not gonna lie. I might redo that section though. I don't like how that terminates. Or maybe it's just the way that it was smoothed. There's just something about this that I don't like. So what was it like before? It was like that. Okay. Could just do this. It looks a little better. Just don't know if I'm like a fan of the... I really didn't want that. I mean, or I could just like... If I can divert some topology elsewhere, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to like get away with one single loop in the middle of the finger like that. It's too low. I'm gonna have to diverge some topology away or terminate it probably here. I think I'm just gonna deal with that. That's as good as it's gonna get. Okay, let's leave that for now. I don't like it, but it's fine. Let's merry-go-round around the hand. Alright, that's pretty clean. Go down one more around here. Usually I'll let this one go around to terminate. Yeah. Definitely gonna need more topology right here. But we'll swing with what we have for now. And then usually I'll kind of close it. Can I mayhaps do this? A little too late, I think. That's pretty good for like not that many spirals. Not too bad. I'll take it. This is a spiral though. It's gonna cause a little bit of problems, so I might fix it. So see how if I try to make an edge loop in here, it ends up, what I wanted to do is I want to add an edge loop here and then make it so that this green one and then that one there will connect, but see how it's down here? So that's not good. I could do this. Yeah, that's not good. I don't want that. I can't say I'm a super big fan of that. So, oh wait, no, that's actually fine because I'm going to end up terminating those edges anyway. So let's I'm gonna do that here, and maybe here, and we'll add. Let's take a look at the reference. So what are they doing? They're only using one in the middle, two either side, sort of like what I have. I can't actually tell how many they have, but they're going for a blockier look. I want something a little bit smoother. I think I'll only add one extra edge loop on either side. So, I don't know. Hold on. Let's take a look. I just don't like how like pointed it is at the end is my only problem. It's really not that bad. I think at most I can probably just like, yeah, let's bring back that. I think at most maybe I can just add, kind of do the knuckle method here. To make it just a little softer on the edges. The fingernails I'm going to end up painting on, which is why I'm not modeling them in. I have modeled them in before. It was pretty fun. Yeah, so this, That's a little nicer, I think. Yeah, the fingertips. Thank you, Julie. I think it just makes it a little smoother. And then I can also do this. So if this is like kind of what I'm thinking the nail bed is, if I'm finding it's too scratchy around there, do the same thing. Do another loop around instead of immediately terminating it. It adds more topology, but sometimes you want that. So like, let's compare. Turn off quad draw. Turn this off. So ignore the fact that I took the tips off. Whoops. But yeah, the fingertip ends up looking more like this. It actually kind of insinuates the fingernail without me actually modeling it in, just because of the way that the topology is. Like, I didn't intend for the fingernail to be there, but it kind of flattens it out, which is good. So I think that's fine. And it's not too many polygons. This is quite low poly. I should probably reconcile this loop or add another one here. It's kind of low. I think I can move that up. But yeah, it's pretty low, which is good. So I can change my wireframe color. Can I make it pink? I don't think that did anything. Oh, yes it did. That's so cute. Sorry, right now I'm looking for the poly count. So this has 631. That's pretty good. I like that. So let's finish it. And then I think once I finish the hand, I might end for the day because I need to work on that video. I'm not gonna have an opportunity to record, I think, for the rest of the weekend. Maybe we'll see. I'd rather just get it out of the way. Turn that off. Okay. Oh, I definitely have this like YouTube video on sped up, and I don't mean to. There we go. Why? Alright, what shenanigans is happening in here? When I wasn't looking. Get out of here. Oh, I hate it when it does this. Bruh. Leave. Alright. That's solved. Thumb is pretty low. I think I'm gonna do one more ring around. Okay. Not really sure why that gave me trouble. So what? How many did I do? I went down. Also, thank you to everybody liking the stream. I really appreciate it. I think I went down 3. Thank you! I slay for this topology. It's still my favorite part though. Will not lie. Alright, don't be silly, a silly little topology. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I did go down 3. Yeah, this makes a huge difference. I think it's gonna really help the thumb too. Was it really 3 horizontal too? Or is it just so low poly that it's like really having a moment? I wanted to fix that too. A little stretchy there. There we go. Okay, 2, 3. I think this was how I ended up making the fingernails last time I did one, like where the modeled fingernails, like I made this perimeter around and then I think I like extruded it, like something like that. But I'm pretty sure this was how people made their fingernails, because you can see like that's exactly where it would be. Some people make indents, some people make them like modeled outwards. Bruh. Oh, what situation have I gotten myself into now? So that's these two. Oh, that's bad. I did an oopsie. Let me make sure I didn't make that mistake earlier. No. Okay, it's just the thumb. I don't know why the thumb is being so difficult. I think just because it's so much larger than the other fingers, but let's figure this out. So what? If that's the middle of the two pieces, these are supposed to be the two pieces of the front, which means that's supposed to be the middle. Huh? Did I add an extra loop and I just forgot? I think I did. There's only supposed to be 6 squares around. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. Oh, fuck. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what the fuck? What did I do? Can I color code my retopology like you can in Cozy Blanket? I really wish I could do that right now. Pain in my butt. Alright, let's go nuclear. Kill it all. One, 2, 3, 4, okay. 5, 6, 7. What did I do? I didn't make an extra one. That was correct. Then what the fuck? One more time. Okay. Inner pieces. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. That's supposed to be... Okay, I know my problem. This is supposed to be here. And that is the one that moves around. Alright, crisis averted. One, 2. Yeah, 1, 2. Okay. That was stupid, but whatever. Okay, now that that's fixed, let's do the fingertip thing. Yep, and then we'll do this. Yay! And no spirals. Good. I'm sorry if the microphone picks up my body making noise. I have gastro problems. I burp like crazy. It's not my birthday. Sometimes I glance at the captions and they make me laugh because they're so not correct. Okay, only a few more to go. I think I made an oopsie a second ago. Or did I? Yeah, some of them are... The one where I said I was gonna kill myself got a really good reaction out of me. Oh my god, what did I just say? Yeah, you're right, they do. Extra flair with the captions. Oh! Drilly. Now it's saying really. Interesting. I mean, it also doesn't help that I'm a very fast talker. So, I kind of slur my words a little bit. Not ideal. So I could add extra topology for these knuckles, like around here. I don't think I will. We'll probably add an extra edge loop, mayhaps. But I'm not going to do the same thing I did with, like, the knuckles here, where I make the little indentation, I suppose. That's what you could call it. I probably won't do that. Or will I? It's kind of tempting. Let me try it. Maybe. Yeah, I think I'll keep it. Because I'm going to have to add extra loops anyway when I start rigging. That made the thumb look a lot better. Thumb, not phone. Oh, for Christ's sake. One, two. Truly getting my my entertainment out of these captions. Yeah, it really was close. It was like, I think it's this. And I'm like, yes, that's correct. And it's like, I changed my mind. I think I have to add this. This is my first time doing this many knuckle indentations on a model. I think I usually didn't add them. So this is pretty fun. So I'm making the hand take a lot longer, but that's fine. Yeah, I think the it just makes the topology look really cute. But there's also the problem of, okay, does the topology look nice or is it actually usable, you know? So that's kind of what I'm figuring out, is because I'm going to be rigging this. So it's like, okay, I get to put my topology to the test. Is this usable? And we'll find out. All right, that's the hand done. It's all wrapped quite neatly. I'll do one more ring around and then calculate how many vertices that comes to. I think that's a good enough amount. It looks pretty good. I'm hoping I won't have too much problem when it comes to combining this with the rest of the body topology. Seems quite fair. Worst case scenario, I can run some pulls here. It's not ideal. I'd rather not, but we'll see. Thank you. Thank you, music. I might just do one more there, because that's a very high deformation area. And here. I have a feeling that when I'm rigging, I'm going to be adding maybe another edge loop or two to some spots, like I imagine here, maybe. But this is fine for now. Those loops aren't going to have any effect on the UVs. That's why this topology is so important, that you have the loops correct, because that way your rigger can be like, oh, I need a loop here, and then just add it, and then it won't mess up your UVs. At least that was my experience. Let me just calculate real quick how many that is around. 17. I don't like that. That's not an even number. Fuck. I think I'm gonna do this. This will make it even. Oh, for Christ's sake, it just made it odd again. God damn it. Nah. I'm just gonna not deal with it. Let's just deal with it later. Merge those now. Yeah, so here's how our retopology is looking. It's pretty funny looking for now, but I got pretty much all the important loops in. I finished the whole hands, which is awesome. I think they look pretty good. I'm excited to paint on them. I'm sure there's some things I might have to change. I'm not a huge fan of the butt area. It's just kind of okay. Like, I feel like I've done a better job elsewhere on other models with that spot. Thank you. Yeah, I like adding a little knee loop. You're gonna see the same loop at the elbow too when I add that in. I also add this deltoid loop. I've seen some other people do it, so I know it's not just me. So I know I'm not crazy. I think it looks nice. And the deltoid is responsible for so much movement with your clavicle and whatnot, and it makes such a profound silhouette change on your body. No. It's not necessary, the deltoid loop, or the knee loop, or the elbow loop, like, kind of area here. It's definitely not necessary, but I like it. And again, that's kind of why I've decided to go with it, because this is my first time genuinely rigging my own topology, and I'm very curious on how these things will respond in a rig. So it's a bit of an experiment for me, and I am saved a little bit by, again, this being a VTuber. So she's not going to be moving that much, especially not in the lower body. Like, I didn't even need to model the lower body. I could have just kind of left it. So it's big experiment time. I'm learning some things as I go along, and I like doing that. So it's 3:16. I've been doing this for about 3 hours, minus 15, so 3 hours exactly is pretty much. Let's run another delete history. Let's save it. I probably should have made an iteration. Let's do O2. And then I think that is gonna wrap it up for today. On Tuesday, because I have a bit of work to do this weekend. I have to commit to buying that car. And then I have to go sign up with career services, because my industry is a piece of crap. So it's going to be fun. Let's write it out. Where's my Epic pen? There it is. Wait, that's not it at all. Where is Epic pen? Alright, fine. Let's take a screenshot then. So when we come back, we'll... Oh god, I'm doing this with my mouse. Finish retopo. That won't take too long. Then I think I'm gonna sculpt the clothes. The socks, for example, are already sculpted. I don't even think I have to sculpt much of the clothes, to be honest. It's a really quick pass. And then I'm going to retopo the clothes. I don't think retopologizing the clothes are going to take that long, but we'll see. And then this is some future events. Don't know if it's going to happen next stream, but it will be happening soon. I'll be creating the eyeball and cornea mesh. Or I'll just go with one big mesh and then like hand paint it. We'll make the mouth bag. And retopo the hair. Retopologizing the hair is going to take forever. I think I'm going to do that last. So yeah, that's going to kind of be what's up on the menu in the next week. I'm assuming all of this is going to get done by next Thursday. And then once all of the retopology is done, I'd say one stream at least. Sorry, at max. We'll do the UVs. UVs aren't going to take very long. I think it's generally going to take me maybe an hour, maybe 2. And then we can spend the rest of the time it's a toss-up on starting the rig or starting texturing. I can do either. I might do the rig first. So let's copy that, add it to my PRF. Get rid of that. So that's what's due next week. Well, I want all of this done by next Thursday. Cool beans. So that about wraps it up for today. So I'm not going for the 4 hours. I could, finish up this retopology in the last hour. I just want to get that video out. I gotta go over my script one more time and talk into the mic for, I don't know, maybe I'll record for like 45 minutes. And then I'm gonna spend the weekend doing some life stuff and then editing the video. And then hopefully I can get that out. I mentioned briefly what the video was about, so I'll just talk about it here, maybe in a little bit more depth. So it's about, let me grab it. Here. So I'm just going to move that to my other monitor. I don't want to spoil my whole script. It's about introducing people to 3D as a medium. So what I'll be doing is I will be discussing how 3D is involved in everyday life and the media that you consume, as well as examples of how you'll find it. And then there's a lot of people that are looking to get into 3D but have no idea, one, they have no idea what kind of options there are for the medium. It's very large and very vast. And two, when they kind of decide where they want to go, say they want to, say they want to make animation characters. And I'm talking about industry animation characters, they want to get into the industry or something. It's hard to find the kind of information you would need because there's so many different ways to make things in 3D. Poor back. Oh, my back is okay. Actually, I struggled with my back in school, but I don't use a Cintiq or anything. I just use a Surface tablet on my desk. And I have my setup where, my eyes are at level with the monitor and my shoulders are always back. And as long as I kind of prop my little butt up so that my hip is downward facing, I think it's the 45 degree, I don't actually have any problems. But I have a very sensitive trapezius. It went into spasm once when I was in school and I couldn't get out of bed. It was horrible. So take it from me, use the Surface tablet. But yeah, also thank you for the reassurance on the stream length. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna finish up the video. I'm gonna spend my weekend editing it. I'm gonna buy a car. And I'm gonna head out. Have a good one. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good afternoon / evening / any other time of day. And take care. Bye bye.